Hey, 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 good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is the Spirit Phoenix Rising Show coming to you live on Earth's #1 psychic radio network. That's right, you're right here with me. We're on Moonstruck TV. We are on the Ask One Radio Psychic Network. Now, as you can see, I'm looking a little militant tonight, guys. I'm afraid that I have to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen. We are at war. We are at war with Mars. Mars is the god of war. Mars is the planet of war. On this episode of How Can 2020 Get Any More Chaotic? Well, let me tell you. I would like to introduce you all to Mars retrograde. Now, Mars retrograde began its terror on September 9th, and it lasts through November 13th. As a warrior god planet of goals, ambition, and sex, amongst other intense things, Mars is the planet that drives us to take action. But during this retrograde period, all zodiac signs are going to struggle to assert themselves and find the motivation they need to take charge, which can make for a couple frustrating months. Now, Mars only does this every 2 years or so we're lucky. So you might not be as aware of Mars as you are Mercury and Mercury retrograde. Now, we've got Mars and Mercury retrograde happening at the same time, guys. I know you're feeling it out there. I'm feeling it here. That's why I had to get my little defense costume on here. Now, Mars is the planet of war, right? Mercury, this was Hermes, the Greek god. Mercury's the Roman version. But Mercury rules communication, travel, commerce, and it goes retrograde for about 3 weeks, every 3 months. That's about 3 or 4 times a year. Now, when we say a planet is retrograde, it appears to move backward in its orbit from our POV here on Earth. So the words Mercury retrograde, I know it's gotten a lot of buzz in the past few years. It can make us feel like our stomachs are dropping, but we got to leave early when we travel. We have to back up our computers, and we have to triple check to make sure that snarky email went to the right person, right? You might want to send a package to Indiana. It ends up in India. Okay, these are the kinds of things that go on. So with so much screw-up potential, what's safe to do during Mercury retrograde? Well, it might not be the best time to start a new business or write up a new contract or buy a home. Negotiate that contract, relaunch an already built brand, or repair an existing home. See, essentially anything that begins with the letters R-E. Are you seeing it down there, right? With my name, R-E. With a name like Renee, I appreciate anything that begins with an R-E. Now, I highly approve of that. So that prefix, right, is really key, R-E. And fix, that sounds interesting, prefix. We want to fix things when we're in retrograde, right? We want to revisit things. We want to repair things. We want to rejuvenate things. We want to renew things, okay? So Mercury retrograde is also a time for self-care. It's time for self-awareness. Just remember, guys, anything that begins with R-E is the best thing you can do right now. I wanted to talk, too, a little bit before we take a couple callers, that before you go into retrograde, you can start to feel that energy, right? We went in just 2 days ago, but prior to that, we were in what's known as retro shade, right? We don't want to receive shade, drinking that shade, retrieve the shade, but we get this kind of it's on feeling. We start to get this kind of antsiness around us, and we don't necessarily know why until we look out for the calendar. But this is like, what we need to watch out for. It gets confusing, and then we get to the day or two before, and it's like the train pulling into the station. It's noisy. Everyone's turning their heads. But then we actually move in to the thing, the myth, the legend, Mercury retrograde. Let's see here. I had a note there. I thought we had a caller. So when Mercury retrograde happens, we can expect to have breakdowns in communication. We can expect to have travel delays. we may have the urge to text that ex from the past and just check in and see how they're doing, right? We might want to scroll back 5 years in our Facebook feeds and our Instagram feeds just to check and see what's going on, right? We might find that Mercury, like our minds, wants to slow down and move backwards, and we could feel a little disoriented, right? Well, we'll come back to all of this, but right now, let's see if we have someone on the line with us. I got a little note. Oh, hey, we've got Jody in Wisconsin. Let's check in with Jody in Wisconsin. Shall we check in? Hey, are you with me?
Yes, I am. Hi.
Hey, Jody, how has your Mercury retrograde been treating you? Has the last couple of days been off the rails, or are you feeling pretty good?
Am I feeling pretty good? No.
Oh,
Tired?
sweet.
No.
Oh,
No.
sweet.
Actually, it's been not much sleep. Is that part of it?
Oh, gosh, you know what? Well, when we rest, that begins
Restless.
our
Very restless.
very restless. Yeah, I was reflecting on the RE terms in retrograde, and we feel a little disoriented when we're in retrograde. Things don't just feel quite right. So it's not just you, it's sort of the planetary zeitgeist. It's like what's going on right now. But tell me more, what's happening with you? I want to hear all about it.
Oh, with me?
Yeah.
I thought I was getting like a medium reading. Is that not?
Sweetheart, I'm more of an extra large.
What? Oh my gosh. No, what's going on with me? Just, I don't know, winter's coming. The leaves are falling, summer's gone.
Right? See, now we've got our
the world has gone insane, or it revealed itself to be insane anyways.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't typically bill myself as a medium. I bill myself more as an intuitive tarot reader, and I get my messages through the cards. So if you have a question for the cards, I would be happy to help you with that and see what Spirit brings as a message for your question. How's that?
Sure.
Excellent. Excellent. So what's your question for the cards tonight?
My question, did I make the cut, I guess?
Oh, that's a great one. Let's see what comes up for you on that. Did you make the cut? I'm going to pull a couple cards here. Oh, so far they're very positive. I think you'll like that. You'll like that. All right. So what we have here. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, I said, oh, good.
Oh, good. Well,
if it's positive,
yeah. Oh, it is positive. The first card we got is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a card that tells us when we're at the beginning of something new or something that's been reignited, revised. It's a card of fire, and it's a card of energy. You know, when we look at the wands, they are a card that represent what we're putting our spirit and all of ourself into. It's a card of investing in the self, actually. And the card itself, I don't know if you're with me on video or if I just have you on audio tonight, Jody, but it's as if the hand of the Oh, okay. It says if the hand of the divine is handing you this wand, this baton, which you're going to be making your magic with. All right. It's a card that allows us, as I said, to reignite our fire and start over with what we're passionate about. So this is good news. This is exciting news for you.
That is, definitely.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're on board. I'm going to share with you your second card tonight, which is the Chariot. You know, the Chariot is a card for moving and shaking along, right? And it's not just a card of transportation, it's a card of transformation, right? So we're not only physically seeing you move from one place to another with what you're looking to make the cut on, but you're actually going to be going through a bit of a spiritual change as well, right? This is going to be deepening your spiritual connection. this is a beautiful card that is also full of riddles. It features the two sphinxes rather than horses that have pulled your chariot. And as a charioteer, you've proven yourself with your skill, your wisdom, and your abilities, right? So it's like, here you are, you're pulling in across the finish line, and you know you've run a good race. It might have been hard, it might have been challenging, but you have definitely, definitely made the cut. So we've got two yeses right there from Spirit for you. Huh? We like that, right?
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. I do.
May I share one more with you, Jody, if that's okay? Because I always say good things come in threes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Number 3, we have for you the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles, to some readers, they feel it can have a bit of a mixed bag message, but that's life, right? There is the silver lining, and then there's all that stuff in the middle. But the stuff in the middle is completely manageable, okay? Let me tell you about this. What this card is suggesting is protecting what you've already built while still bringing in the new things that you're attracting to yourself, okay? So that means you're going to be tending to the pot on the stove, but you might also be turning around and unpacking the groceries and keeping them in your cupboard, okay? So I'm being very metaphoric here because, again, we're talking about making the cut here and how Spirit is showing us these symbols through the cards. So this is a person who has gotten through their work. They have received an energy exchange for what they've done. It's like you've put out a lot of energy making this happen, right? But the thing is, it's coming back to you, not ×3, but in this card, ×4, right? It's a successful card. It's a very successful card for manifestation, for what you're making happen right here on planet Earth, even while it's Mercury retrograde. So you're in good shape, my friend. You are in very, very, very good shape. Does that make you feel a little more relaxed?
Wow. That's hey, maybe I'll get some sleep.
Oh, I hope you do get to sleep. Have you been paying attention to your dreams lately? What's been going on with the dreams?
Honestly, I don't. I've gotten such little sleep that I'm not sure if I don't remember if I'm even dreaming. I mean, it's just little bits of sleep at a time. So.
Okay, well, and that's something my guys have asked me to ask you. So that's the thing. It's like by allowing.
I have stronger intuition. I feel like I'm going crazy, to be honest, but I feel like I'm, I don't know, picking up on things that I wasn't,
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not surprised. I opened the show talking about the power of Mercury retrograde. And as I said, Mercury, in mythology was a messenger. Messengers bring messages, communication, and they bring them from beyond. Think of Hermes, think of Mercury with the little wings on the feet, right? It's just like there are messages from Spirit. There are messages that are hidden from most folks in their everyday reality. But you, my friend, are turning yourself into an antenna, and you're receiving messages, you're receiving broadcasts. You're not crazy. Far from it. You're opposite of that. You're becoming hyper aware. You're becoming more and more sensitive. And that's exactly the kind of energy that happens when we're in this type of celestial alignment or this kind of cosmic event. So don't be afraid of that. In fact, I encourage you to start journaling about it and writing down and start looking for the patterns. Can I ask you a question? Do you feel when you get the information, are you seeing visions? Are you hearing information? Some people get a taste in their mouth. Some people get a feeling in the body. They get sensations. What's happening for you? Tell me about your development. This is exciting.
Honestly, I don't know. I guess it's weird that my arms for like a good month now, or maybe even more, it feels like my arms are almost falling asleep all the time.
Ah, interesting. Like tuning into a bit a heaviness of sort there. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. But don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. You know, you're just starting to awaken, right? You know, we pulled that card called the Chariot earlier, and you know, the Chariot actually is covered in this marvelous cloth that's very celestial and full of stars. And the charioteer wears a diadem, a crown of stars. This is simply the cosmos, spirit, source, getting in touch with you and awakening you to your possibilities, to your abilities to receive information. And you can benefit yourself and benefit others through your gifts. This is a good thing, my friend. A very, very good thing.
Oh, it's great because it's, you know, I think I'm going crazy, but at the same time, you almost, I mean, like one of them is like, I mean, well, the main one is, you know, a person who raised me, and it's like I know her from my thoughts, you know. So, you know, I'm not hearing voices or anything. It's just I'll all of a sudden think, you know, what she would do, or she's telling me to do this, or.
So it's like having a spiritual guide or an inner guide, right? I call that our spirit squad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Right? And that messaging comes on so quickly. It's very fast. And that's where truth lies, in the sudden. Truth lies in the sudden. So pay attention to these messages. I think you'll be very pleased and surprised as you go through the next couple weeks developing this for yourself. It's really a good thing. You still with me? I think we might have lost Jody. Well, Jody, in case we have lost each other, and if you can still hear me, I wish you so much joy and luck, right, on your path. This is really, really wonderful when we start to wake up to our psychic gifts. Welcome to the club, love. We've got plenty of room for you. So who do we have up next? Let's see. It looks like we have Sandy in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, right here in the good old US of A. Can we check in with Sandy? Let's see what's going on with her.
Yes.
Hey, is this Sandy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you know, I love the name of your city. I love the name of your town, Travelers Rest. It makes me want to go on a road trip. Oh my gosh. You know, we were talking. I'm sorry, what'd you say, love?
I thought you were.
Oh, I'm doing okay. You know what? Like I said, I put my little military cap on tonight because I felt like I had to get in defense mode, because we are in not just Mercury retrograde, which makes life full of challenges, right? Full of snafus and mistakes. But we also have Mars retrograde happening. And you know, Mercury stays in until election day. So there's going to be a lot of miscommunication and a lot of, shall we say, snafus. I guess I used the word earlier, but it's come back around. I'm revisiting the word in retrograde style. So tell me what's going on with you, love. Do you have a question for the cards tonight? What's happening? What's going on?
I was just hoping you could give me some insight. I lost my husband about a year ago, and since then, me and my son, he's 15, he's been going through a lot, and we've lost our home and, all the contents and all in it. I was just, wondering if you see any insight on things getting better for us.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know what? I have, I usually work with the regular tarot or the angel tarot, but when I get questions like yours from people who are interested in messaging that has to do with the aftermath of the departed, etc., I like to pull a couple other cards too from an oracle deck, right? And
okay.
Here we go. I want to pull a couple from there, and then I want to pull a few over from here just to get some energy for you. Okay, now, first of all, we're going to go to the angel deck, and I do have good news for you that this downswing, right, is temporary. And Spirit says for you, balance is going to be restored. This is a card that in the other deck we refer to as temperance. And when things feel out of whack as they have for you, and believe me, I feel for you. I've been in a situation where I've lost my home, lost everything, at the, around the same time that a relative committed suicide. It's like I've been there. It's not easy. Yeah, it feels like things are working against us, and it's hard to keep a smile on the face and wake up every day and be positive. Please know that I completely empathize with you. I completely empathize with you. One of the messages from the spirit deck that I feel compelled to share with you is one that reminds us that what we're doing here in this incarnation, the earth is our school, and sometimes school comes with these lessons that we feel like we weren't prepared for, we didn't study, and it's like the grades are stacked against us, but please know, my friend, that is in a past position for you, okay? This is in a past position. That idea of retaining a sense of balance, it feels like that's missing, but it's coming back into your life full force, right? I'm going to pull another angel card for you to let you know. Okay, how wonderful to receive this message from Spirit. This is from the Angel Tarot deck. This is the 10 of Air, which relates to the 10 of Swords. And the swords, the air element, have to do with our mind state. When we see 10 cards like this, right, especially the 10 of Swords, my love, it tells us that we are about to come to the end of a very difficult, dark period. This is coming to an end for you. Please know that. I know it feels like when we're in the thick of it, that this is the only reality. These are the only feelings. These are the only situations that are going to be around us, but it's not true. In the other deck, it's just like we see a person on the ground after a battle, and it's as if they've got like all these swords stuck in them, almost like a human pincushion. It's like we have been attacked from every angle, and we feel like there's nothing left, and the sky is black. But underneath that sky, we see out on the horizon, in the not too distant horizon, representing the not too distant future, is a golden skyline, right? The golden skyline, the day is about to break back into the darkness, into the blackness that we're feeling with that energy that just, it has no other word except for, the negativity of it all. But it's coming to the end of the situation. That's what Spirit wants to reassure you by presenting that card to me. It's like, I have 2 decks here with 78 cards each, and this is what's presenting itself to you in this moment. So you can know and have some clarity and understanding, again, about the temporary nature of the negativity, right? It's like the sun goes down, we have that darkness of the moon, of the night. It feels like it's going to be bleak, but it's going to rise again. So just remember that we talked about Mercury retrograde. I guess the word that I would correlate with this card, with this message for you, is recovery. Recovery. It's like it feels like you've been collateral damage in like a big personal battle, my love. And it's like we all get wounded, but if I could just share a quote, that's one of my favorite quotes I carry with me all the time, love. The poet Rumi said that the wounds are where the light comes in, right? It's in those spaces where we've been cut that Spirit can come into us and relight our path and lighten our load. So, my friend Sandy, please know, I think it's interesting that, again, I want to go back to the name of your town. I think that's also a bit prophetic. Traveler's Rest. As you're traveling through this situation, there comes a period of rest. That word also begins with R-E, right? Rest, for restoration. And Spirit's telling me that you and your immediate family are coming into a space of restoral. Okay? You've paid the price. It's time for you to get restored, to recoup the loss. And that's what's going to be happening for you. I hope that helps, sweetie.
Yes, ma'am, it does. There's a little something to look forward to, and I haven't had that in a while.
No, I understand that. I understand that. And, and grief has no timeline to it. You know, there's no day
I
where
found that
it
out.
switches. Yeah, you know, and you find yourself,
I
right?
found that out.
Yeah, oh, it's just like sometimes it's a song that might set you off. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it might be a TV show, or you think of a
Yeah,
joke you
anything.
shared. Pardon?
Yeah, anything. I can put it back in the mind of my husband. Anything I see or hear, I can relate to that somehow about my husband. You know, I guess he was, you know, he was part of my life for 34 years, and it's hard. I mean, I have a 15-year-old still at home, and, you know, my kids, I don't know, they kind of distance themselves from me because, you know, they say I talk sad all the time, you know, and, you know, I need them, but then, you know, they don't want to be around me, I guess, because I depress them sometimes. But, you know, he was all I knew. But I'm
Yeah, I
glad it's
know. And
getting
it's like,
better.
oh, you know what? And it's just like we've been, you know, you and I have been around the planet for a while. While, you know, someone who's 15, their experience is so different than ours. But please don't fear that. They're going to come around. You know, they love you. You love them. This is the support that you kind of feel like you're not getting in the immediate right now, but it's okay. You know, spirit's got you. You know, your husband is still on your spirit squad. I was talking about that with the other caller. You know, it's just like as our partners pass into the other side, they become guardians for us. You know, they become guardians. It takes them a while to transition over, but then it's as if something really kicks in, and it's just like they're looking out for us over our shoulder, making sure that no matter how far we fall, even if it's the whole way down a huge mountain, they're at the bottom there to catch us and lift us back up with their angel wings, love. All right, so you're about to begin ascending.
I know that if he can, he would. So if this is what he can, I know he will. He's always my protector.
Let me tell you, the separation is only an illusion. It's only an illusion. You know, I'm afraid, Sandy, my producer's giving me the signal. We're going to be cutting out soon. I apologize. But just please know that with your permission, I want to send you all the love and light and healing energy I can for your journey back up that mountain, back up the path. I see you functioning in the wholeness that you were designed to be and in the greatness that you have inside yourself. You're okay, love. You're going to soar like a phoenix. I'm a Scorpio. You know what? We have to crash and burn, and then we fly from the ashes. And that's exactly what you're going to be doing this month, this year. We're going to start 2021 in a better place, love.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It was great chatting with you. And again, all right. Well, you take care and give your young one a squeeze if you can catch up to him.
Okay.
Again, guys, I'm Renee Lynn. This was Spirit Phoenix Rising. I hope you all survive Mercury retrograde out there. I got to get myself back in gear and handle all of that out there and all of this in here. Much love and light to you guys.